Hello beautiful beings, welcome back to the channel. My name is Renee Louise. I am here with an uplifting oracle and tarot reading, which I hope they're always uplifting, but this one came to me when the idea came to me when I was feeling a little low and still doing all the things to help move through the energy of whatever that was causing the lowness in my system. So it was like, came to me as, what if we did it on like a pep talk from the universe or from our team with the cards? So if that is of interest for you, please stay along and take it all as you will. We're gonna start with my Oracle deck, Sovereign Vibrations, and then we'll move into the Moonchild Tarot deck, which is always so much fun. So as we work on allowing ourselves to feel our emotions, feeling the feelings, it can be a struggle sometimes to even do all of the said things to help us feel better, move out of it, or stay positive, when really we just need to allow ourselves to feel it. And it can be really uncomfortable sometimes to even just stay with the feelings, right? So what is it that the universe needs us to know through this time? Through these lower emotions, through these lower uncomfy feelings that we have to just feel. All right, interesting. So we got the emotional healing card with the earth card. So the affirmation for emotional healing is, I release all that no longer serves me with love and gratitude. I inhale love and exhale forgiveness. So obviously we already know that when we go, or maybe you don't know, that when we go into these lower periods, we're healing something. We're feeling the things and we're being asked to ground. So knowing it's connecting with our breath and allowing the movement of our breath to help move everything as we're feeling it, kind of loosening up the stuck energy. The affirmation card for the earth is, I am rooted and grounded within my physicality. The earth is my healer. So maybe it's even getting outside, going for a walk, allowing yourself to maybe journal and let out these emotions that need some attention, the emotions that need, I'm hearing your upfront attention, but also it's almost like I'm getting this, like you're being really, really hard on yourself. The emotional healing of the relationship with yourself, especially if that resonates for you. We also got the crown chakra coming out. The affirmation is, I'm connected to the higher aspects of my galactic divinity. My spirit is free. So the more that we're grounded, the more we can expand our consciousness. And sometimes those lower moments are for us to move even further higher into ourselves. We got the solar plexus card on the back. Oh, it's so bright you cannot see. I'm still getting used to my new setup. If you haven't noticed, or if you're new here, we're in a new location. New things have happened. But the solar plexus card, I'm hearing even too, the more that we're anchored and then moving through our emotions, through our intuition, will build the confidence that we've been needing to help us feel even more anchored within ourselves. The affirmation is, my inner light shines bright and expansive with confidence and happiness. So let's move into the tarot now. Yeah, I keep hearing, it's like everyone's team keeps being like, they're being too hard on themselves. Tell them that. They need to hear that. They don't even believe you when you say it. Which I can relate to that. Oh, right. The things that we hold ourselves to in terms of standards. We even have the Fool in reverse here as I'm shuffling. The things we hold ourselves to are unrealistic sometimes. Even though we might see other people doing said thing, it doesn't mean that we're meant and designed to do it exactly like another, right? So what is it that you can take off your plate today? What is it that you can even remind yourself in this now moment, all of us together, remind yourself that you're doing a great job. You've survived everything you've gone through thus far, even though it's been challenging, even though it's been crazy, right? And even if we're feeling afraid about the future and how things are going to unfold, and we feel like we keep hitting a wall and another wall, and maybe we get like failure feeling after over one after another. Like I'm even having trouble speaking, and it's almost like our minds have tied up, our overthinking mind has tied up what we're even creating, or we're feeling stuck in how we're even explaining to anyone else. So we might feel really lonely within what we're feeling. But just because we're being rejected in some way, or we're feeling like we're stuck, there's this divine redirection happening. This divine shift is coming forward behind the scenes that we maybe can't see at all. So it's trusting the process, and that's where I even felt guided to create this video for us, of our team's universe, source, God, whoever you want to call it, is calling us in for a giant pep talk roundtable situation. And kind of explaining behind the scenes helps us, especially as very aware beings, to be like, okay, that's what's happening right now. I'm feeling X, Y, and Z because this thing is really leaving my life, right? We have this massive shift. There's like a graveyard energy. We're letting a lot go, letting a lot be buried even into the earth, but we're getting the Magician card coming right out. And in these cards, she's looking over at the Magician. This is the Eight of Swords, but I said 10 of Swords. She's looking at the Magician almost with envy. Again, like we might be envious and comparing, or feeling like, why can't I manifest this? What's going on? But really, we already are the Magician. The swords are the mind in the tarot deck, right? So our mind is in one dimension of thought, while the rest of our consciousness and our soul, our spirit, is in this dimension frequency of, I got this, we got this. You're just being really hard on yourself, honey. Like, let's take a step back and regroup and see this from a new perspective, because there is so much more available than we can see, than we can feel. And that's okay that we can't tune into it yet. Like maybe this crown chakra piece is feeling harder because we have to move through these emotions in order for us to expand and feel that confidence. We're learning new grounding techniques, they're saying. Learning new grounding so our body feels safe enough to even step into this giant, like, new Magician energy. But I'm hearing too, like, you've already manifested a lot. Again, give yourself more credit. You've already manifested and created and healed so much, but I think that's also where it feels frustrating, where it's like, I've already dealt with so much, why can't it get easier and easier? But that piece is partly the mind. There's a piece of the mind that is healing, especially I'm hearing on a collective level, that is hard for us to distinguish which is fully ours and which is the collective. And if you're here, you're very much tuned into the collective energy. And again, it can get overwhelming, and that's where we need our grounding. That's where we need maybe even some purging to come through with our emotions, because we're also learning how to not absorb so much of the collective. It is a challenge. It is a relearning situation altogether. We have the 10 of Pentacles coming through. And it's like I'm hearing a brand new dawn is coming forward, like even the solar plexus card. This confidence is going to be matching. And we got the Ace of Cups, and it was right underneath the emotional healing. So a massive reward is coming from this darker period, or these periods of time where we're really going through the muck and the details with a fine-tooth comb, and our emotions and our mind and our bodies. Right? There is, if you're looking for love, it's coming through, it's coming in. Self-love is, like, again, becoming the Magician. Like, we only have one sword card, and all the rest is beautiful, like, ha ha ha. So this is just a little hiccup even. Like, your team keeps saying, like, it's okay to feel really dramatic right now about feeling like, what is going on? why? Like, it's okay to feel that, but like, don't bury your head in the sand in terms of like only seeing what your mind is showing and projecting to you, or what others are maybe even projecting, right? Because God knows there's a lot of projections out there, right? We get to decide where we put our focus, where we put our attention. And they keep saying, so I asked, like, where do we put our focus? Where's the best answer, of course, right? And they said within ourselves, within our hearts, within even where we're moving. So we got the Knight of Swords. So we're anchoring, I'm hearing even clearing the masculine energy of our thoughts. Maybe this is even around work. Are you being really hard on yourself in terms of work and what you're getting done and what you haven't accomplished yet? Or maybe your boss is like breathing down your neck, being like, why haven't you gotten that shit done yet? And you're like, I'm doing my best I can. Then we got the Knight of Swords. We have, oh, I said that already. Hold on. King and Knight. Double male healing of the mind. I'm hearing even the it's hard to talk today. The toxic masculine is being removed from our system, and that could be also where it's like alert mode, because we've all grown up with toxic masculinity within our world. Even if you grew up with very healthy masculine energy in your life, in your like ecosystem very closely, like the world is relearning what masculinity is, and so are we, right? So this massive shift is happening, and I'm hearing like the graduation noise, or like it's almost like we're feeling like we can't graduate yet, like there's something keeping us from the next level, but we are already there. This is like kind of the phantom energy of like a death and rebirth, because it's within our body really that's happening more than anything. You've done the mental gymnastics, you've done the emotional healing, like this is the final countdown. So yeah, you're being congratulated. Like I'm seeing everyone like in an auditorium, like clapping and happy, and we're feeling this brand new day coming forward. But at the same time, we're feeling like we're outside of the auditorium, that we didn't get our diploma, we didn't graduate, we've been doing something wrong. So I'm hearing even too, that could be in a piece of our inner child needing to be told, hey, you did do it. Like, you are part of the team, you are a part of it. I'm even hearing too, there might be some times where you feel like your spirit team isn't helping your life, isn't guiding you, isn't on your side. And maybe this video is finding you for you to feel more connected to them, because mentally the loud noises have been blocking the intuition from coming forward, right? From seeing clearly a new perspective of your life, of your achievements, of your goals even. And maybe it's even today just taking one thing off of your plate that you don't have to get done. And maybe it's even taking the whole day off if you can, of replenishing yourself and allowing that to be okay without guilt. And even if you feel the guilt, that is okay too, because again, we're here to feel our feels, ground that stuff in, give it back to the earth, help Mama Gaia, us physical, our own Gaias, right? Our own bodies, our own little planets that we have to take care of in our system. Allow them all to recalibrate. This is a giant, massive recalibration. And I'm hearing you've been preparing for this. It's almost like, again, am I gonna pass the test? Am I gonna pass the exam? And we have the Eight of Pentacles. Like there's a massive, even looking back on the past, Six of Cups, for us to really kind of grieve the pieces that we've ignored. Maybe we've been numbing some of ourselves in order to survive, or not show everyone all of ourselves because we're so afraid of being judged, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that, but to a certain point, it comes very isolating, and it can feel hard to feel anchored and grounded and feel seen. We have the Four of Wands, so there's a massive amount of community coming in. A new structure is being built for you to feel more anchored and seen within your daily life, within yourself, first and foremost, right? And I'm hearing everyone's team be like, we don't have to take it so seriously. We've been taking things way too seriously. Way too seriously. That's why they're making me sing. So what can you do to add some play into your day? And even if your brain is still going off on this high horse inner critic, toxic masculinity, you didn't do enough, you didn't get an A++, some of this could be healing a heartbreak. We have the 3 of Swords, but it came in reverse. So we're releasing this, whatever it is for you, right? Let it resonate for what it is for you. It doesn't have to be love. It could be a failed project. And I say failed as in just didn't work out the way we thought. Failure can again mean we've learned a lot. We've learned how to do things better, or we found a different way of creating, right? We learned how to create better. Grieving something that didn't happen but you know will happen in the future, but it still is like this massive sadness on our hearts, right? We're letting this go. This could be very much connected to that emotional healing piece, and allowing it to, as we're grieving, we can still refill our cup, right? We have the Ace of Cups. I'm so sorry, it is so washed out right now on my camera. But the more we're filling our own cup, even if it feels really heavy, right? It's almost like we're releasing and recalibrating at the same time, which I feel like we're always doing, but this seems like it's on steroids. A little bit of steroids. A little more intense than usual. Yeah. Anything else we need to know about this pep talk? What do our teams need to say? Anything else? That song "Don't Stop Believin'" is coming on in my brain. Don't stop believing, fall into the feeling. And even that lyric, hold on to the feeling. So it's all vibrational, right? Even this morning when I was feeling low, right? Because I've been having a little weird low day, and I was just like, let's channel this into some guidance for myself and for the collective if it resonates. Because I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with ya. I started listening to some Abraham Hicks rampages, which definitely helped, but it was almost like it only helped so much, to the point where it's like, oh, I also don't want to just spiritually bypass these emotions. Yeah, it helped me shift, and I got things done and fueled myself with a meal and cleaned, did some self-care stuff. And then even still, it was like, okay, there's something still here that then felt upsetting to feel. Like, why isn't this situation shifting, right? So Abraham Hicks, if you're not familiar, is all about vibration, and it's a channeled entity from Esther Hicks. Highly recommend. She's all over YouTube if you check her out, if you haven't heard of her. But they talk about how important it is getting into the vortex, getting into our vibrational escrow, if you will. And so it is all about shifting to the right channel of frequency, even this magician energy. But I think too, there's a fine line of having both be true. Yeah, we can be super sad and grieving, and we can feel like our cup is being full or becoming more replenished, like it's blossoming. We're blossoming and deeply grieving or moving through something, maybe it's even someone in your surrounding is going through really tough times, and so you're helping them move the energy, right? So take this all as you will. I hope in some way it supported you and made sense in some way. Again, I'm hearing the mind isn't always our friend and is not always I'm being drawn to the Magician card. It's not the one we want in the driver's seat, our mind, right? Yeah, we need our mind for survival and basic instincts and stuff like that, our gut instincts, but when it comes to stepping into this new timeline, stepping into our dreams, that frequency or the vibration is going to be more in alignment than where our mind is. So it's allowing ourselves to do all the things that help us feel into that frequency at the same time. I know it's a weird balance sometimes, and being human is crazier than we probably ever thought it was going to be. And again, you're not alone on the journey. I am right there with you. There are still a lot of physical things shifting in the body and the mind that I sometimes get so frustrated with, where I feel like, come on, consciousness, we're there, everyone else get on board, let's go, let's go. So it's every day, it's getting better and better, right? We did better than we did a month ago. We did better than we did a year ago. You've come so far. You have come further than you can even maybe admit right now, but I feel for all of you that you have climbed and conquered so many mountains. I know this sounds cheesy AF now, but you are going to exceed your goals and always create more and more new goals to achieve, to create, to manifest. So I think the point too is our team is saying, like, enjoy life more. Take off the pressure of productivity, especially I'm hearing right now. So maybe this is very work focused, or however productivity means for you, because it can mean a lot of different things, but it gets to be easier, it can be fun, it can be just more enjoyable in general, right? So I invite you to maybe even write down in the comments, if you feel guided, to share what you're releasing right now and what you're stepping into. This Ace of Cups and Three of Swords is really calling to me. So what are we letting go and what are we moving into? And even for me, I definitely resonate with this reading. I definitely feel like I'm letting go of how, like, the toxic ways in which I've run my business and shown up in terms of thinking I need to be a certain way or do things a certain way, and instead letting myself just share from a full cup and from a creative, vibrant way, even more so. You know, I don't think you can see out this card because it's so bright. I'm so sorry. For the next video, I will fix my lighting. There's rainbows coming out of this cup of flowers. So that is what I'm healing and releasing and growing into, shining out. Letting things come at the perfect time, knowing that rejection is divine redirection. So yeah, I hope this supported you, and I will see you next time. Bye.